Did you hear that? What's up, guys? Welcome to our next video. As you can tell, I'm not at home. I'm at Daniel and Sung's apartment, aka Bottle Flavor Studios, aka Sweatshop. But before I go into today's video, let me do a quick recap. I know Bottle Flavor is not good at explaining things, so this is my attempt. So the month is March. I did some theater in Austin, but as you guys may know, Corona was upon us, and so we had to cancel our second week of shows. Shortly after this, UT, which is where I go to school, made the remaining semester online-based and extended our spring break.
We announced the University of Texas at Austin will be extending its spring break for 1 week in response to the spread of the COVID-19 virus.
So, being a natural human being and reasonable student, I went back home to Dallas where I stayed with my family. So I was stuck in my house in quarantine, and I didn't go out, but I did the one thing I knew how to do, and that was just binge on a shit ton of movies. So I rewatched Scorsese, I rewatched Tarantino, I rewatched some of my favorite movies like Django, La La Land, and at a certain point I was watching so many movies that I was kind of running out of options of what to watch. So I did the next best thing, and then I started watching a genre of movies that I was not particularly interested in at first, and now I love. And that is coming of age stories. So think like Greta Gerwig's Lady Bird or Little Woman, movies like Perks of Being a Wallflower, and movies of that nature. And initially I didn't really like it, like I said, but as I kept watching it, there's just something so authentic and like rich about that kind of storytelling that I wanted to do. So I sat down, I wrote down a scene that I feel like could be in one of these movies, and I was like, I'm gonna do this myself. I was like, I needed to get it made now at this point. So I was like, what am I gonna do? So I went to my best man Daniel to get it shot, but then shortly afterwards we didn't know Daniel was gonna go to Korea to escape the apocalypse, so he's gonna be there a couple of months, so it kind of like it put our project on hold a little bit. At this point in the story, I had a script that was just kind of sitting there, and I knew that I wanted Daniel attached to the project from the very beginning, which is why I didn't go ahead and just find some other cinematographer or whatever, because I really wanted it to be like our experience. Having just a script and then knowing that Daniel wasn't going to be back for a couple of months, what I did was I rehearsed the scene, I looked over the scene, I analyzed it as much as I could, gave it a lot of time, and I'm not done doing that. I started doing that, and Daniel is currently in Korea, and he's figuring out the storyboard and all that. So it's coming together slowly but surely, and so that pretty much catches you up to where we are now. Now I'm finalizing the cast and the crew. I'm talking back and forth with Daniel about the storyboard, but I realized that I left out a big part of all of this, which is where we're gonna shoot it. And so today, in this video, I'm going to be location scouting to find the perfect place for this scene. And Sung's my audio man right now. I don't even know if he's paying attention, but he's here. Look at him. Okay, so here we are trying to location scout. It's 200 degrees out here, and I fucked up already. So originally I was gonna go to Garrison Park, which is where I shot my short film in December, and so I thought I knew where the location of that was gonna be. But it turns out, I looked up Garrison Park, and Garrison Park's a neighborhood and not a park. We had a rendezvous point location for the short film, and it was their house. And so I was like, hey, it would probably be the park next to their house, right? But no, there's construction everywhere. Right now is about 4 o'clock, which is when we would be shooting the clip. AKA, we're here around the time that we will be shooting. So I'm checking for light, I'm checking for like the noise. You probably can hear all the bugs and birds and that guy. Second would be access to the vehicles. So when we have our equipment and we pull it out of the trunk and we have to set up on set, the best way possible would be to have accessibility, you know? Easy to the car, close to the car. You don't have to walk miles if we're in the nature preserves, you know? I have my mic with me in the car, and I'm checking the audio of every place. Like like that can't happen. So we're not gonna let that happen. The last thing would be, it's not too complicated, but the last thing would be, we're just gonna see if we need permits at all, but I really doubt that we're gonna need permits. So, I didn't know what to do, so I texted one of the people that was on set that day. I asked her, I gave her like this really thought out message, and she said, "Who's this?" But she responded really fast, so I think this is the move. I think we got it. I hope. Harrison Park, 6001 Manhattan Road. We fucking got it. Let's go. So let's go now. Come on, turn the car on. This photo is from the shoot that I had from December. And so I didn't know what the hell this was. So I looked in the background, and this is a baseball field in the background. So I was like, the only word that you can actually deduct from this is there's a sign that says Optimist in the background.
And then this street view.
Yeah.
It's like, is this it?
That's it. That's the fucking place. That's the car would be right there. High five. Woo!
Give me that Sherlock theme music, bro.
Sherlock theme music?
Yeah.
Got you. I'll put that in there. I do like the trees though. Like there's a lot of them. I kind of like this area, don't you? The trees are pretty. It's lit pretty well. Not too many shadows. Dude, look how long this is. It's like, oh god, there's probably a better way to do this. It's like, oh god. Oh, it's like when you think the noodle is like a lot longer than you thought it was. What? Oh, that sounds so good. Oh. So, I think this is gonna be the location. I had my hopes very high for this location, but I think I did the right thing. I think this is the right spot. It's just quiet enough. The parking lot's right next to there, so it'd be easy to access all our gear. It's pretty. Look at this tree. The tree's beautiful. Not a lot of people. The lighting is decent. I think we can make it work. So yeah, pretty successful day. Let's do it.